Yeah, what it was we were just it's what I can do is I can start a hangout
Right,
and then I can invite people in and then from then you can just start the hangout.
right. That
So
makes sense because that means you cut out on the whole. You cut out on that wait time.
right, exactly. Yeah, I mean, or sometimes what you can do is people can get ready and get all set and then go live. But I don't. We don't do it too professional here. I just kind of like get people in here when we can.
To be fair, sometimes the best videos are the ones that you don't prepare for.
That's true. Yeah, like that video that I just premiered. I put that together. I put that video together like last night.
Yeah,
Yeah, last night.
wasn't that just from a couple days ago?
What was from a couple of days ago?
That Carly Noel chick.
Oh, she's been, yeah, I don't know. She's been around for a while. I don't know. She's just, I don't understand these people. It's like, it
Yeah,
must be some ego that, it must be ego that just drives them to do this nonsense. I don't understand it.
That's what I
yeah.
thought.
I actually saw that video on Through the Black the other day, I think, and it was just uh, and I swear, Tom is the most gullible guy if he believes this shit.
Yeah, and what he's
Oh
what he's
yeah,
doing is he has to go back. He has to go onto the internet and look for all these videos from the 80s and 90s when they had the Satanic Panic.
I saw those.
And all
I
he
don't know
does is
why I keep up with it.
he downloads the video and slaps his logo on it and re-uploads.
Yeah.
to be fair, that's like what all of them do.
Thing is, I don't know why I keep up with that guy's channel. It's like watching a train wreck, I guess.
Yeah, but yeah, exactly. But it's like one of those really slow train wrecks where you like see little pieces of metal flying off in slow motion, little limbs beginning to twist.
Oh, that's horrible.
Oh man,
It's
yeah.
like they
I
watch one
started.
video of Heaven's Gates people, and they're like, "Oh my God, they're all like that."
Yeah, he's crazy. I mean, when he had his channel with Jared, I guess Jared's still with him, but whatever. But
Yeah.
they would talk about weird stuff, and they would have weird people on, and they would get into some weird conspiracy nonsense or whatever, and it was fun to watch. They eventually kicked me out of their chat room because I kept asking questions like, okay, why didn't they file a police report? When did this happen? Who did they tell? What were the witnesses? And they're like, okay, this guy's asking too many questions.
Well,
Mute.
don't you know the authorities are on the take?
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, right. The local police are paid off by the Freemason Satanist reptilians. And then the FBI is controlled by the shadow government. So is the CIA. And then you get to the UN, and the UN is obviously run by
Reptilians.
You see,
rep-
this is what
reptilian Illuminati Luciferians. So
this is what they taught you when they give you your Illuminati card.
Exactly.
it's like the rundown. Okay, which organization are you curious about? And then you flip the page. It is run by. Just a little intro.
Turn to page 21.
Yeah, you didn't read the Illuminati handbook?
Oh man, at some point I got to make up like a little Illuminati cards. There is actually an Illuminati Twitter.
Oh,
I don't know
that'd
if
be
you're
amazing.
aware of that.
Maybe a video, a little edge, one of those it's like something they put in the VCR when you first start. So you decided to become part of the Illuminati, and it's like a little training thing, little introductory thing.
But it's got to be really outdated. Like it's got to be one from like the 70s or 80s.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, with the music that kind of goes.
Yeah, right. It kind of like clips in and out.
With the VCR tracking and stuff.
Oh, oh, I got to do that now.
Oh, that'd be beautiful.
I love watching those old tapes. If you just like if you keep playing the same tape over and over and over and over again, it really begins to degrade, and so you'll get that effect that like everything gets all warped and gorgled.
Oh yeah.
Like half the public access TV shows I try to look up on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh.
So let's see, what do we got going on in the chat? So Comedic is here. Hey, Comedic, how's it going? If anybody wants to join, hit me up on Facebook and Twitter, or Twitter. Loveless AI, Adamu Twin Rivers. Hello, welcome. David, hey David, how's it going? Oh, he's at work. All right.
Okay, I'm not seeing the chat here.
You're not seeing it?
No. It says group chat and like says to list all available.
Oh, you know what? So unfortunately, what you have to do is you have to open up another window in your browser.
Oh, that's some baloney.
Go to this Hangout, and then you can see the chat.
Oh boy, let me open up another dang browser then.
And then if you want, you can pop the chat out and then mute the video. Otherwise, you're going to hear an echo.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I see what you mean.
Yeah.
One moment. Got it.
I am trash using this background noise so they don't lose their minds. Okay. Well, I don't know. Listening nuts, you might lose your mind. Might be better not to listen. Did you find it?
Yeah, I got it.
You might lose.
Oh,
yeah, and then you can pop out the chat. Because what I do is I open up a window separately where this video is going to play. And then I pop out the chat and I close that window and then come back to this Hangout. So then that way I can keep an eye on just the Hangout and also the chat.
Oh, okay. Actually, I got two windows now, and I got one of them muted. So.
Oh, okay.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Now you can watch yourself in stereo.
Oh God. Yeah, this beautiful mug.
Hey mom, I'm on TV.
So I got to ask Aerosar, what's the story behind that name?
You know, funny thing is, I have no freaking clue.
What? Okay, then how did you come across it?
Again, no idea. It's one of those things that kind of just appeared in my mind one day.
Sounds like a sci-fi villain.
Yeah.
Right? It appeared to me one day, and I've used it every profile I could. With the last YouTube channel I used, I couldn't use it. It said it was used for some reason. And then when I remade my account, it said I could use it again. So I figured, you know what? We're going to go with that.
So then what's the icon? So the icon you chose doesn't have anything to do with your channel name.
Kind of. Aerosar does kind of have something to do with Saxons, I think. I think it was a Saxon name at one point.
Okay.
When I was doing research for SCA. And the character image that I have is from a game called Mountain Blade Warband, which takes place at a time representing the, fall of the Roman Empire, kind of that medieval chaotic power vacuum. So it's actually a really fun game if you ever get a chance. But yeah, it's just, I love medieval history. I love that stuff.
Okay, yeah, because I was looking at the icon and I was thinking Aerosar, and I was thinking maybe it was like like an ancillary Norse character. That's what I was thinking. Like, because I don't know that much about Norse mythology, but sometimes, especially like because I do study a lot of Celtic mythology and Irish mythology, and so when I'm reading the stories and stuff, sometimes you'll see names of different characters pop up, and they're kind of like they're lesser sort of ancillary characters. They're not like the main mythos or the other characters, and so that's what I thought that name was from.
Right. I see your thought process, and that actually it's pretty sound. It makes a lot of sense.
Hey Mo,
what's up?
What are you doing?
Sorry, that is my keyboard. I'm sorry, it's noisy.
Oh, that's all right. Just maybe mute yourself when you're on the keyboard.
Oh, sorry about that, man.
That's all right. Or yeah. So.
Don't worry, I run with the exact same issue with mechanical keyboards.
Mm.
Yeah, I got the snowball mic right here, and it's like, picks up everything.
Yeah, those mics are really sensitive.
Yeah, at least I don't put it upside down with the legs still on it onto the mount. That bugs the shit out of me. I'm sorry.
There was this one video that Thomas had done, and it was when he got his snowball mic, and he was in this kind of like laid back position, and it was just the most cocky, arrogant, self-righteous body language I'd ever seen anybody demonstrate.
Oh my God.
Like, and even the way he was holding his mic, and he's just like, check, 1, 2. He's such a weird character now.
He's losing it. I'm sorry.
Yeah. It started when he quit his job.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know the story about that.
Actually, I don't.
Okay, so so he's been trying. He did his Detestable and some other movie, and so that's what he wanted to do. And he's been hanging out with Russ Dizdar or whoever. I think it's Russ Dizdar and Greg Reed and these people who are really into quote unquote spiritual warfare, where they believe that basically their group are Christians and they are the, God's chosen people. Every other single religion in the entire world, and I'm not kidding, is satanic and out to get them.
They're sitting there, the sentinels of God.
Exactly. So he gets this kick that he's gonna, really get into like satanic ritual abuse, all this nonsense, and get into making movies. And somebody gave him a good chunk of money, and so he quit. And so he quit his job.
This is the mic.
I don't know where the mic is. Where is it?
Close to your face.
Okay.
You don't have to hold it far.
Isn't like one of his sons like an apostate now or something, and he's like really screwed up over it?
Oh, really? Oh, it could be. I wouldn't be too surprised.
Like that.
But ever since he quit his job, he's been when he got into this campaign, and he's just been, from that point on, he's just been spiraling down. It's sad.
Yeah. Oh, God.
And who was this?
Thomas Dunn.
Oh, it was Thomas Dunn. Oh, my bad.
Yeah,
who'd you think it was?
Really, anybody that you feature on your channel?
No.
Oh man.
So yeah, I don't know what's going to happen with him. I think he's eventually going to have to get a job.
It's kind of like watching Chris Chan almost. It's like almost like watching Chris Chan. It's like just the weird.
God.
Watches somebody just slowly self-destruct.
Who's Chris Chan?
Oh my God, he's this crazy guy. He's supposed to be the most documented person on the internet or some weird stuff. He's like this guy. He has a few mental problems, and he does not know how to react to certain types of attention. And yeah, he's just crazy. And I think
it's kind of a case study of what happens when internet fame goes wrong.
Oh wow, I see. Yeah, that sounds horrible.
Yeah, and there's like entire wikis and websites dedicated to this guy's life.
Yeah, this is like one of the original like OG internet fame as well. Like this guy got famous in the like late 90s, early 2000s or something.
2005, I think.
Yeah, it was getting around there, but it was a crap show from the beginning.
Yeah, that's scary.
Well, the thing is, like, his life is there's so many twists and turns. Like, his mom tried to run over the owner of the game store that kicked him out, and oh my!
What?
People found the actual legal documentation of the police incident, and
So
Like
it's
he
like
tried to curse
his
people.
life is just like spiraling out of control and burning up, and just everybody just sits there and squats down with popcorn and just watches it happen. Huh?
Yeah, and
Exactly.
there's people, they call themselves Christorians, and they actually, when yeah, when something happens, they actually find documentation that it actually happened, and it's freaky.
Mhm. That is
Like this guy, he literally like became his own legend. Like he was his normal self, and then people kind of created this somewhat persona of him, and he became that persona, and he actually believes that he is some kind of internet god. It's crazy.
So
Oh,
does he have a channel, and does he like voluntarily participate
Oh, yeah.
in this?
I think he has a channel. I don't know. I think he might have got banned off YouTube.
Mm.
Because the guy, yeah, I think he's known for throwing huge apoplectic fits
Hmm.
when things don't
Well,
go his way.
well, there are some people where I think it's unhealthy for them to be on YouTube. A good example of that is this one lady. I can't remember her name, but she is so thin. She's like really unhealthy thin.
Is that the banana girl?
I don't know who it is. The name is escaping me, but she's like a young girl. I think she's maybe in her early 20s.
Is she Australian?
No, I think she's American.
Oh, okay. Because there's this one girl. She's like this vegan, and she's super ass skinny. Looks like a freaking skeleton. She's talking about how healthy she is.
Hmm.
But I was thinking maybe that, but no.
Yeah, well, it's the same. Yeah, it's the same thing, though, you know. And so people watch her channel, and they're concerned about her, and she's like saying, "Oh no," and she rattles on all kinds of excuses for it. But I mean, and then there's people who tune in, I guess, just to watch her, you know, just I don't know, just to watch her die, or I mean, that's what it seems like. And then she doesn't seem to be doing anything about it, so it's just like this really twisted, dark relationship between YouTube and this person. It's really disturbing.
The funny thing is, there's actually people trying to help Chris, though. There's one guy trying to get him on Dr. Phil, hoping that he can get him on the right path.
Yeah,
Take him to the
Eugenia.
ranch.
That's who I was thinking about. Eugenia.
Under the
That's her
ranch.
name. Yeah. Well, that Chris guy, I mean, he needs to unplug.
Oh yeah. Thing is, though,
Oh,
he
agreed.
won't. This is his life.
Yeah.
He basically lives off a disability and has no life outside of his room. Well, actually,
Yeah,
like-
you gotta
yeah.
get out. You know, you gotta get out of the house, take a walk every so often.
Yeah.
And because it happened when he was so young, just like right as he was about to be a high schooler, he never really grew up from it.
Hmm.
So he still acts and kind of has that. He's stunted at a mental state of a middle schooler going on high schooler.
Hmm.
And his
It's
mom is
pretty
on the. I think she's like at death's door, and when that happens, he's going to end up in a group home or something.
Yeah, really,
Yeah.
exactly, because he can't take care of himself.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's sad.
Oh, yeah. If you ever
Yeah.
get a chance, there's a great documentary from another YouTuber, Down the Rabbit Hole. He does
Fred
a great
Knudsen.
little thing on it. Yeah, and him too.
Yeah, well, it sounds like something I don't think I'd want to get into, because it's just like kind of like
No, it's not
you're sort of
it's not
contributing.
Well, like
to
they
it.
say, down the rabbit hole.
Huh?
I was just saying, like they say, it's down the rabbit hole. So it's like once you get down there, it's just gonna keep going.
Yeah, and so I just rather just whatever's going on with them with that person, just let them deal with it.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
that's
think
probably
it's
for the best.
Like the thing is, though, like Thomas, like, you know, watching him is like you can't tear your eyes away when you see it. You know, it's like
Yeah, but it's also like, I mean, Thomas, his life isn't spiraling out of control yet, you know. But he just, I mean, I don't have anything against the guy, to be honest. You know, I mean, I make fun of him in my videos, but you know, he seems like a nice guy. I just feel like he's buying his own bullshit. To be, you know, that's what happens with all of these guys, is they start buying their bullshit. And that's when everything just goes south.
Well,
Exactly.
I get the hint that he's kind of not genuine after the damn painted rocks.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah, the runes.
But no, he's like, I mean, unless he believes his own bullshit, and which is scary if that's a case.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that might be the case. How's it going?
Hey, Trash.
Hello.
So, yeah. So I mean, it's just yeah, and that's what happens with all these guys, is they start believing their own bullshit, and I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know if one day like they
his own farts.
Huh?
I mean, my dad calls it loving the smell of his own farts
Right.
because he hasn't had a possess.
I suppose
Yeah,
that's
that's
one
a
way
good
of
way
looking
to
at
put
it.
it.
But yeah.
Mhm. So how's it going, I am Trash?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Hmm.
Just finish up some homework.
Yay! What fun. Are you in college or high school?
College freshman. Yeah.
Oh wow, okay.
I'm young. I'm the baby.
Now, are you going for a degree?
An art degree.
Oh man, no. What are you gonna do with an art
I'm
degree?
so sorry.
I know.
I mean, I don't want
I
to.
every day.
It's just it's a tough field. I know that. I mean, I went into graphic design, and it's a tough field.
I did too, and I still owe 15 grand to the fucking Art Institute of Dallas. Ugh.
Mm.
Biggest fucking ripoff in the world, by the way.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, it's. I mean, I support art, but our culture just doesn't support art. It's tough to make a
Unfortunately,
living as an artist.
it's a little bit easier with the internet and stuff, and a
Yeah,
little more
that's true.
options, but it's still very hard. I have friends who try, and it's tough.
I can't even
Can you
sell
guys
my
hear me
artwork
okay,
at
by
a
the way?
damn. I can't even sell my artwork at a goddamn flea market.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, I think some people start to make they make their own zines, right? And sell those online.
yeah, there's places you can go.
Mm-hmm.
Eh.
Because there's a lot of talented people out there that they draw the anime style, and they're very good. And that anime style. One of the benefits of that is you can draw it pretty quick, as opposed
Oh, yeah.
to like a more realistic, you know, Marvel type character where you get into a lot of the details. With the anime, you really don't have to get into that much detail.
Yeah, the thing is, I mostly do like painting, sculpture, stuff like this.
Oh, okay, kind of like abstract stuff. I
Yeah,
like that.
I like that. That's nice.
yeah.
Mhm.
And people walk by my like booth at the flea market, and they're like, "Oh, nice, okay."
They're not too sure how to react to it.
Yeah,
They're like, okay,
That's
is this
depressing.
art or should I be running away?
basically. The thing is, I actually had a bunch of people come up to my booth and get on their knees and start praying and blocking customers, and I had to call the management of the freaking flea
That's
market.
ridiculous.
And he
Oh,
was
my
not
God.
happy.
I mean,
Well,
how?
I'm in almost rural North Carolina. I'm like right on the edge of Charlotte, and it's just, yeah, crazy.
No, man, you're like 2 loops into that Bible Belt there.
Oh, no.
Pretty close, damn close. But thing is, things have gotten better in the past few years, according to the person I moved in with.
Hmm.
Because the things there, there's a lot of new homes coming up, new businesses moving in, and all this stuff. So things have gotten better. This used to be like BFE from back in 2000,
Hmm.
but yeah, things have been changed.
That's good. Yeah, it does seem like it is changing, which is good.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't.
Only
If
time will
people
tell.
have a strong religious belief, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. What frustrates me is when people start, pushing it on other people. Like, I would not want to push any of my beliefs onto anyone.
I never got
Right.
that.
It's like I always joke. It's kind of like what Christians want is they want everybody to convert to their belief, and they want everybody to believe as they do. And like pagans are the complete opposite. They're like, I don't care what you believe. This is what I believe. And to be quite honest, it's like, and then if you like want to join a group or anything, it's really difficult. It's like they actually don't want you in the group. And like Christians are like the complete opposite. It's like, oh no, we want more people into our church.
Oh yeah, and you know what? Just the other day, I just became a doctor in Christian studies. I went to this church's website, and they will literally give you a doctorate, and they sign it with this nice like lettering. It's not just printed off some laser printer. They'll frame it and send it to you and say you're an official doctorate of this church.
Well, that explains Bill Schnoblin's title.
Actually, I am officially part of the Universal Life Church. I've been ordained.
Yeah, so have I.
So, but yeah, all I have to do is log in.
Yep. Yeah, one of the reasons why a lot of people did that is because, like, when there was the idea of pagan clergy came up, there wasn't any way to get any accreditation, or you could call yourself this, but if you wanted to like actually marry somebody, you would have to be an ordained priest. And so they didn't recognize just like pagan clergy. So they would go to the Universal Life Church and get that certificate, and they would say, oh, I'm part of the Universal Life Church, and then they could perform marriages.
Yeah, but isn't like that only valid in like maybe 20 states or something?
Oh, I have no idea. Possibly.
I wouldn't be surprised. Like, for example, up here in Montana, you don't have to be ordained or anything to do marriages. Literally anybody can be the one that marries you. Some bum off the street can do it. As long as there's someone there to witness the event, then that's it.
I pronounce you man and wife. They got about any change.
Yeah, that would make for quite a wedding story, though.
Oh, it would. Hey, you busy? $5?
I mean, could you imagine sitting around telling your grandparents that story? Or your grandparents telling that story?
Oh God!
What were you gonna say, Trash?
Handing out like papers, like to anyone?
Say what?
Well, what are you?
Like, so that like that church was giving out that doctorate? Like, was that to anyone?
Yeah, all you have to do is log into their website and pay $8 for the paper.
Oh yeah. On a public website, so that other people can do that. So you can, on the same website, you can also become a Jedi Master, a Wiccan like high priest apparently, and they had just a weird list of just random stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. It's I don't know. I mean, I go on both. I kind of flip-flop between this. I mean, I think it's funny that you can just kind of like join anything and claim to be anything, and I think that's. I mean, there's something about that that's funny. But then there's on the other side, the serious side, where it's kind of like, well, if you call yourself a Jedi Master, you're not being serious. And anything else, if you can just like pay $8 and get it online, it's just, I don't know. I mean, I guess it's fun for a laugh, but it's not really anything that anybody I would take seriously.
Yeah.
Well, that's why it's only valid in like 20 states, because I think like different states were passing laws after people have been getting ULC or ordinations left and right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but there was a purpose behind that, because there was no idea of pagan clergy. So like if you wanted to be present at a like a naming ceremony or a wedding or a funeral, or go into prisons or do any kind of work like that, you had to be ordained. You had to be some kind of a priest. You had to be a chaplain or something.
Yeah.
So that's why a lot of people chose that route to do that, is because they wanted to go into prisons and they wanted to do these things, and they actually wanted to, actually get into some type of a clergy status.
Right. And see, didn't you post something recently on Twitter about that? About some kind of group or something that's actually credited by the states and can be used
Oh
for
yeah,
VA
well
stuff?
nowadays there's several places. There's Circle Sanctuary. Um, there's what is it? Reverend Don's group, the Coryllian tradition. But I mean, there's been
That
groups
sounds
like that
badass.
since the Frosts, the Wiccan what is it called? The Wiccan Church? I can't remember. But yeah, so a lot of places popped up. I'm talking about like like 30,
Oh
like back
yeah,
in the
definitely.
70s. There were
Yeah,
a
when
lot
it
of
was still new.
there was just no there was no concept of like a pagan church or a Wiccan church that I know of that I knew of.
Right. And definitely not before the 50s for sure. Back then you'd get
God.
arrested for doing that.
Yeah, well, here in America there wasn't.
Yeah.
I don't
But you
know.
also got to look at the moral side of it, like how the community would react to it.
Yeah, there might have been OTO organizations in America in the early 50s. I don't know for sure. I'd actually have to double check that, but there might have been
Oh, wait, how old is the Process Church?
a process church.
Process Church of the Final Judgment. I think that was from the 50s.
Oh, I don't even know. I'm not even aware of that. What
I'm
is
Googling it right now.
that? Just quick with the Google.
Oh,
Wikipedia,
Computer
1966.
enhance that.
what year?
Oh
It's been here
no.
since 1966.
Oh, okay. I was about a decade off.
That sounds about right, actually. That's around the time the Satanic Church started opening up. I think it was 69.
Wait, what is this? I have to read this.
Uh-oh.
She's going down the rabbit hole.
Oh no. What have I gotten myself into?
I don't know. What have you gotten yourself in?
Oh, Wikipedia.
Uh-oh. Quick, somebody throw a rope. We're gonna lose her.
Too much
no,
longer, and there won't be a rope long enough to get
Scientology.
her.
I gotta run
Oh no.
away. Gotta run away from the cult.
Yeah, really, exactly. Stay away from the light, Jordan.
Yeah. Thing is, looking at some of this crazy shit, it'll just suck you in, and next thing you know, it's like 3 hours has passed after you're looking on different websites and YouTube channels and stuff.
That's
See,
the mood.
it's people like the Church of Scientology that make like anyone that's not Christian look weird and insane. It's why nobody takes us seriously.
Now, Scientology is boring and corrupt. You want to look
Yeah.
for the real wackos.
Well, Scientology was kind of made up as a joke.
Yeah, wasn't it like Jack Parsons and L. Ron Hubbard made it on a bet?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I think I've heard something like that. I don't know the exact story, but I do know that L. Ron Hubbard started it, and he was a science fiction writer. And I think he was friends with Jack Parsons. Jack Parsons was part of the early OTO here in America and had one of the first lodges in Pasadena. But L. Ron Hubbard making up Scientology. I mean, that's just you just read about it and you're just this is science fiction. They like got like alien lizards and they come from different planets and they got thetas and it's like, okay, yeah, no, this is science fiction.
Inhabited by an alien ghost that makes you angry because it got blown up in a volcano.
Exactly. Yeah.
I have heard so many horror stories about Scientology.
Yeah.
I've heard everything from like they're kidnapping people to child abuse. I don't know what this is anymore.
Oh
yeah, that stuff is that's a little scary. Have you ever seen the interviews with Remy, that lady from what the hell was the name of that comedy show? But something Remy, you know who I'm talking about?
No.
Damn it.
Might be ringing some bells.
Um,
Comedy shows.
she's
it like
she's an
Saturday Night Live?
actress. She was on that show with that guy who was a UPS driver. Or that was the show.
Oh,
She was married to this UPS driver. Oh man.
I'm sorry, you lost me, man.
sounds like
All right.
Was
Does
it
anybody
Meg?
in the
Or
chat know what the
something.
fuck I'm talking about?
like sounds like a Sarah
Scientology
Raimi.
and the Aftermath?
I know what you're talking about. I know
Leah
her
Remy.
name.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Shadow Witch. Leah Remy. And of course, that doesn't help any of you, does it?
No.
I Googled it.
It really sounds familiar. I know her name. I know I've seen her somewhere.
Just Google her. Let's quit
She
fucking
wrote a
around.
book
Just
apparently.
Google her.
Computer, look that up.
But anyhow, if you ever get bored, go onto YouTube and look for, Leah Remy plus Scientology or whatever. And she just talks about how she was in Scientology and it was just really disturbing. And yeah, I've heard some weird stuff about Scientology.
No,
So,
look up Sea Org. It's like a
now everybody in the chat's giving me the information. Thank you.
they actually Shanghai people and take them into international waters.
Oh, you mean the term Shanghai?
No, I mean like there's a chapter of Scientology called Sea Org, where they have a whole bunch of boats, and they actually Shanghai people that try to run away from the church,
right,
and take them out in the international waters where people can't do jack shit to them.
Oh yeah, because they're out of government jurisdiction.
Exactly. It's that's some scary shit right there.
Yeah, no, you would still be responsible for what you did.
Oh right, because you're a U.S. citizen. That's right.
So even if you did go out, I mean, if you wanted to stay out there for the rest of your life, sure. But at some point, you're gonna have to come back to
somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, people.
So
do that
it's not like you can
drugs.
do that, dump the body and come back, and you're just like, I'm scot-free. It just doesn't happen that way.
Well, so long as they don't find the body and they don't know anything about it.
And they got really good lawyers.
Well, we all know Scientology does.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah. But I mean, nowadays they're getting so sophisticated with the amount of information that they can collect. I mean, they can go into cell phone records, they can go into like computers, like where you last logged into, they can track your phone. I mean, there's all kinds of things they can do nowadays. So I don't know how people are getting away with anything.
Oh yeah. Apparently they actually got into like the government's archives just to see what the government has on them. I heard that and I'm like, that is ridiculous. How could they get into the government servers?
Who is this?
I'm not sure. I know it was the Church of Scientology. They had a couple people that got caught sneaking into government databases.
Oh, yeah,
I
was talking about the police, what the police can do. So, like, if they if they conduct an investigation, they can go into, your cell phone records, and they got cameras everywhere. And so, I mean, it's really hard to pull off any kind of at least in my opinion.
Right.
Yeah, it's very difficult to pull off something like that.
Yeah, it makes it really difficult for us Illuminati people.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Right.
Because, we have to do our virgins every full moon.
Right?
Yeah.
And even just finding virgins nowadays is difficult.
Oh, no shit.
I mean, there's only so many brony conventions you can hang out at.
Oh no!
They have anime conventions too. Don't worry.
And now the hate mail begins.
Ooh, you open up a can right there.
Yep, I opened a big old can of whoop ass on myself. Comment section will be nothing but bronies. How dare you, sir?
I thought you Wiccans were supposed to be understanding and tolerant.
I'll have you know,
Clup 1745 says.
And I was a vampire for 18 months. I'll tell you right now, I know what I'm talking about.
Oh, you drank nothing but blood and ate communion wafers?
Lived off of human blood for 18 months. Unbelievable. I don't even think your body could survive off of. I don't even think you could digest human blood.
No, it goes either right through you or you puke it up.
Yeah,
Not human, but you can survive a little bit, but there's nothing of sustenance in blood, really.
Mm. Yeah. So I mean, you would die after a while. I mean,
Oh,
there's
yeah.
people who drink. There's a country that drinks snake's blood. And I'm sure there's other places that I'm just not aware of that drink the blood of animals, but that's like
Oh,
a
yeah.
one-time thing. It's not something they live off of.
Yeah, there's like recipes that you can put blood in and it will spice it up, give it a little flavor, but it's not the whole meal.
Right. Yeah, like coagulated. There's some Vietnamese dishes that what they'll do is they'll I don't know if they cook it or what, but they they must cook the blood. But it's like beef blood, and they'll chop it up into little cubes and put it into soups, which I've
Yep.
actually
Right.
had that
Makes
before.
you go for
There's
18
blood
months.
sausages.
Huh?
There's blood sausages out there too.
Maybe you just ate
Yeah.
blood sausages for 18 months.
Blood sausage. Well, even so, I don't think you'd want to live on blood.
Yeah.
Like we're saying.
Oh, no, he's a vampire, remember?
Oh, right.
Oh, right. Yeah, we're missing the crucial piece.
Mm-hmm.
Of the
Yeah,
puzzle.
wink, wink is a vampire.
It's adrenochrome.
So, what do we think? Do you think Bill Schnoebelen will finally come clean, like on his deathbed, or do you think he's going to take all of these lies and all this bullshit with him to the grave?
I think
I
he's
bet he's taken to the grave.
I don't
You
think he's going to
think
have a
so?
choice. I feel like he's coerced. He's been on his deathbed. I feel he won't get a choice in that matter, really.
Yeah, yeah, and also sometimes it happens so quick you never know.
The thing is, like I said, he's drinking his own Kool-Aid. I think he believes it now.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Wow. That's kind of sad right there. Like bullshitting yourself so much about something that you actually come to believe it. That would be insane.
There's people I know in real life that are like that, and it just makes me sad.
Yeah. Because I mean, it's not like it's not like believing like, okay, John F. Kennedy was, assassinated by the mafia or something, that kind of like crazy conspiracy. Yeah, I can understand that. But believing that you were a vampire that lived off of blood and summoned demons, I mean, that's like,
Well,
Maybe
what
he
Yeah.
said it one too many
all
times.
different things like a Mason, a Wiccan, a Satanist, a OTO guy, and I'm like,
yeah, voodoo priest.
I have a theory.
Say what?
I have a theory.
You have a theory? Okay.
He went unquotive and read one too many fan fictions. He read Twilight like one too many times.
He's been doing this shit long before Twilight. He's been doing this shit back in the 80s.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
And he was like actually young back then, and he actually shaved.
Mm-hmm.
They probably had vampire books back then.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I think that people got into vampires in the 80s.
Oh yeah. Look at the Lost Boys.
Yeah, I don't think it was as popular as like once Anne Rice started writing those books, like the Vampire of Lestat, then people really started getting into vampires.
Oh yeah, because like I think Anne Rice invented the latte drinking like yuppie vampire.
Ah, okay, yeah. Yep.
See, that makes sense because I guess the 80s, late 80s, early 90s is when that vampire goth things really started.
Mm-hmm.
No,
But it wasn't really
goth has
something-
been around since the 70s, dude. That's like a spin-off
Oh,
of
yeah,
punk.
yeah. But I just mean like there's different eras of goth, and that's kind of when the vampire goth started to evolve and become its own thing. I remember seeing a video that was talking about like the different eras of that, and yeah, it's kind of funny that I think that's like a coincidence or something, but
Because like you had like bands like Bauhaus and shit singing Bela Lugosi.
What's that?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
oh yeah,
Yeah, it was funny. in San Francisco in the punk scene here, they would have like goth night. It was like I forget exactly when it was, but they would have a goth night. And they also had there were several little like trends that never caught on. Like one of them was cowboy punk. It never
What?
Cowboy punk.
there was
need
this
to see
band.
this.
There was this band called the Vandals, and they did this song "I Want to Be a Cowboy." And once that song came out, like people started talking about cowboy punks. But then they had glitter rock, and then they had death. Was it death rock? And they had death rock, and
Like glam rock, or
yeah, right, and glam rock. Yeah, glitter rock was kind of like what led to glam rock, I think.
y'all ever heard of the band Pantera?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, I saw
They're heavy metal.
80s, and they did the whole glam rock thing with the big hair, and I'm like, oh my god, that's Dimebag Darrell, really?
Pantera,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah, a friend of mine showed me a picture of them from the 80s, and they had the big hair that's been like molded into place with hairspray and shit. And I'm like, oh my god, Dimebag, what did you do?
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really funny. I saw Black Flag when oh man, my memory is so bad. The lead singer had long hair. Henry Rollins.
Oh god.
Yep. And I would tell people that, and they'd no man, you don't know what you're talking about. He's always had a shaved head. No, he used to have long hair.
I think I've seen that picture.
Yeah, it's a real. That's that. I think he shaved his head in must have been the late 70s.
Oh my
But yeah,
god.
it was funny because I would tell people that, and they would just no, you don't know what you're talking about.
Oh
They
god.
thought it was a conspiracy.
Oh, that would get annoying really fast. Someone telling
Oh
me,
yeah, there's a lot of things I remember from my youth that people are like, "Oh, you're high or something." Then I find something on the internet about it, and like, justification, it really happened.
You're like, aha.
Exactly.
Comedics, the Illuminati conspiracy. Yep.
Dude, Adamu Twin Rivers. Okay, yes, I used to hang out at the Lizard Lounge when they turned it into the church on Thursdays and Sundays.
Where are you seeing that?
Oh, Adamu Twin Rivers talked about a club in Dallas called the Lizard Lounge.
Ah, okay, I see.
Yeah, I think it's in the late 90s, early 2000s. I used to do the goth thing, and it was really embarrassing. I looked like a complete asshole with the get up I'd get in. But no, I used to hang out there.
Oh, Comedic saying next we'll have 9/11 deniers.
Oh, we got plenty of those.
Yeah, I was going to say we already have a lot of those.
Oh, I discovered something
that's a
last night
shame
that
right there.
really pissed me off. Y'all ever heard of a band called the Foo Fighters?
Mm-hmm.
The lead singer is an AIDS denialist.
Oh,
What?
Yeah. He thinks that HIV doesn't lead to AIDS, and that casual sexual encounters don't lead to getting HIV.
yeah.
That's dangerous.
Okay, and the earth is flat.
Yep, he's an idiot.
Yes, he is.
Yep. No, AIDS, HIV.
Oh yeah, I
Very
remember
real.
hearing about that and thinking, what? There's no way they were doing that.
Yeah,
And then,
actually,
someone
YouTube
showed
channel called
clips
Miles
and said-
Power, and I saw it on there.
Yeah, apparently they don't believe it anymore, but there was a time where they were big proponents of it.
Big proponents of.
AIDS denialism.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How did they deny it? I mean, what, they think it didn't exist and all those people who died didn't die, or what did it?
Medication killed them, and that there's some sort of conspiracy with the medical field or some bullshit like that.
But it's their
It was one of the-
autoimmune system just like not working. It's like your autoimmune
Yeah.
system just shuts down, stops working.
But no, they're
It's like
saying
they
that
took all that
HIV
and just
doesn't
said
lead to
no.
AIDS, and AIDS is actually the medicine killing them. And I'm like, no.
But see, it wasn't them. It was some other gal that really was pushing it, and they would link to her website. But
Mm.
she,
Oh, yeah.
ironically enough, died of AIDS.
Exactly.
Well, yeah.
Well, that was-
She wasn't protecting herself from it.
But no, she had an organization called Alive and Well. Yeah, unfortunately named, obviously.
Yeah, no, AIDS hit here pretty bad, really bad. And then, people would be like, okay, we'll put a condom on me, and then we'll put a condom on you. We'll put a condom all over my body. We'll put a condom all over you. And then we'll roll around between the sheets and hope we have some fun.
And I'll wear a raincoat.
Exactly. Like, let me put 3 condoms on. Now we should be good to go.
How about this big rubber glove? Will that help?
Well, yeah, because I mean, AIDS was hit San Francisco bad back then.
Yeah,
and especially a lot of people who were drug addicts, intravenous drug users, and there wasn't places they could go and get clean needles like they can now. Now a lot of cities have needle exchange, and back then people would they dip it in bleach, or I don't know, if they could afford to get a new one, or not afford them, it wasn't expensive, but I'm sure it's probably difficult to get. But that was one thing after the AIDS epidemic really kind of began to sort of slow down a little bit. They pushed legislation to offer a clean needle program, so people could go in, exchange needles, and get clean needles. So that really helped to prevent the spread of HIV.
Oh God, you just reminded me of something. At my high school, when I was a senior, basically the nurse's office was required by law to have a big fishbowl full of condoms for the students to come get.
Mm-hmm.
I'll make jokes saying if we came in there asking for one, she'd be like, "You want a what?"
Well, that was a common sight. Like, you'd go into any kind of prenatal place, you'd go into almost any kind of social program, and there would be just like a big bowl of condoms. And they look like candy. It's weird. So I always wonder, like, if kids come in there like, "Ooh, I want one." They open it up and try and chew it. And they're like, "Yeah, this is terrible."
Oh no!
Condom, Junior, what are you doing? Get that out of your mouth.
There was something I saw that made me smile. A school was trying to bring awareness and for condoms and things like that, and they had one of those cork boards. You could put thumbtacks and stuff in, and they thumbtacked all these condoms right in the middle of the packaging to the cork board. And they didn't even stop to think about it.
That's terrible.
Please tell me they stuck it through like the very edge of the wrapper.
No, like in the middle,
it was right through the middle.
I've seen that picture on Facebook somewhere.
Yeah, it's been around for a while, but it still makes me smile every time I see it, just because how did they not think that through?
Yeah, right. Exactly. Yep.
I wonder how many people got pregnant that year.
Well, I mean, if you pull a condom off a wall that's been stuck there with a thumbtack through the center, and you take it home with you hoping to use it, that's kind of on you.
Yeah, but kids these
days, be prepared to be called dad for the next rest of your life.
You never know with some kids these days. Anyways, by the way, I talk like an old guy. I don't look it though. I'm 42 though.
Oh yeah, you definitely don't look it.
Oh, everybody says that. Anyways,
I'm a young pup of 23.
Wow, 23. And then I think I is probably the youngest.
Yep.
Got some little ones here.
Yep. Got a wide range of ages.
Oh yeah,
wide range of experiences.
Yeah, really, that's true.
There used to be a 14-year-old girl who used to hang out when y'all did Heathen Haven.
Yeah, she's still around.
I haven't seen her in forever.
Yeah, I think she changed her name. Morgana something? or Kesha Morgan. I think it was Kesha Morgan. I think.
Possibly. It's been forever, so.
Yeah. I mean, I always wonder. I kind of because I don't really consider my hangouts or even my videos to be like for all ages, but I mean, I guess if their parents are okay with it, then they can listen to the same bullshit.
No. God, the thing is though, on my channel, I look at so many of the. Every time somebody new subscribes, I look at their channel. I'm like, oh my god, that's a freaking kid. I need to tone down my language or something. Oh well.
Shadow Witch says my parents are fine with it. Oh, okay, well that's good.
And yeah, we're all little farts.
Yep.
So now, do your parents know you're even here?
I couldn't hear.
No, I think you.
To Satan. Oh, okay, now we're done.
Yeah, I mean, to be quite honest, there's worse places kids could be. I'd rather if I'd rather kids like sit down in front of a computer and that rather than go out on the street and be trying to hang out with people.
Oh well, better them doing that than the shit
Yeah.
I used to get into when I was young.
Oh yes, definitely, exactly. Definitely. But then you got to be worried about some places on the internet, which is kind of weird,
Yeah.
kind of sketchy.
Not careful, you end up in a red
Kids
room.
is more disturbing than normal YouTube.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Yeah, because
I
I'm sure you guys have probably heard about the new ad apocalypse on YouTube, and YouTube is cracking down on some of this quote unquote like material that's like geared towards kids. But it's kind of like this creepy aspect to it where it's not kids watching it. It's actually like adults watching it.
Well, what's happening is one channel is just a bunch of as a family and their kids. And it's all innocent shit, but people are making some creepy ass comments on there.
Oh, well, I'm not talking. Yeah, I think that's somebody who's been caught up in this and they're getting screwed. And that's unfortunate. Oh, I'm talking about other stuff that's actually out there. And it's like, it's with kids. It seems like it's supposed to be geared towards kids, but it's got this like creepy kind of vibe to it. And it's not kids watching it.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Someone actually just the other day got caught doing it. YouTube is investigating it right now, and they're doing a brand new thing where if you have a YouTube video and the comments are too toxic, there's a chance that your YouTube video will be demonetized just for the comments.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, they're just pulling that out, and they're swearing that it's only for a certain type of channel, but a lot of legitimate channels are getting caught in the crossfire.
Yeah, I might. Yeah, I actually heard about that. I'm wondering what's going to happen with it. But if it does, I think one of the things I will do is I will put, because right now I don't have a filter on any in my comment section. So I'll probably start putting in keywords that if people type out, it's not going to post the comment. So you can do that, but you have to add in the keywords individually. And I might do that so people don't come onto my channel just like posting random shit, just hoping to get my channel taken down.
Oh, like that one
That's
guy
probably for the best.
Came in? Like that one guy that came in and started playing porn?
Oh,
exactly. Well, yeah. But I'm talking about like people in comment sections who would just type out crazy shit.
Wow.
Yeah.
Though
I mean, I've had pretty. All right, everybody talk at once.
Sorry.
So, Trash, what were you saying?
Like this whole like comment thing, it doesn't seem like it's gonna last.
What comment thing?
Like where they like filter out the comments. Or
the
say,
comments.
You can't have the bad comments, or your video is gonna be demonetized. That doesn't seem like it's gonna last. I mean, it's not the creator's fault.
Yeah. And that's really becoming a big issue already. And this happened literally like 2-3 days ago. They just caught a YouTuber who is doing just like what Hellbound was saying a minute ago, where the video and the thumbnails are about a girl doing gymnastics, but the parents keep putting her in compromising poses, and the comments are basically all dudes saying how cute she is and her poses. So that is what they're catching. That's what they're hoping to catch.
Now you see, why doesn't Thomas Dunn focus his energy on this rather than chasing imaginary squirrels? Why doesn't he actually? Because I mean, this is something that YouTube would probably appreciate it if somebody would go through and like check these videos out and kind of like, okay, YouTube, this one looks a little sketchy, you know, and that it seems like there's a rise in maps. You know, I'm sure you've heard of those, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So there's a rise in those. And so why doesn't he focus his attention and his time on this? He could record it. He could get a book. He could take all this information to the police. He could, you know, I mean, he could make videos on it. He could dedicate his channel to it and, you know, raise funds for it. I mean, if he really, really wants to help children being abused and taken advantage of, this is a perfect place for him to start.
See, that's really cool and stuff. That's really cool and stuff, and I'm going to let you finish. But let's talk about the Hamseed case, though.
Yeah, right. What were you saying, Moat?
I was just saying, because he's a Looney Tune, that's why.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, but all of now you see TV.
Have you taken my dog for a walk? What does that mean? No, I haven't taken your dog for a walk. If it's missing, I don't know anything about that.
You mean you didn't sacrifice it?
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that you're going to need proof. Okay, you're going to have to have some physical evidence.
Hey, he took it out on international waters.
You can't get me, Kappa. Not even my lawyers got lawyers.
Lawyers. You know the cops are going to just let you go because, you know, you're part of the cabal.
Shh, come on, man. We're on YouTube. You got to be careful with that, you know? The Illuminati's going to dock you if you start talking about stuff like that.
Okay, so what level Illuminati am I at again? I just started. Like level 2 or something like that.
Oh, you're an intern.
An intern?
You're still getting coffee.
Oh. Coffee for Satan.
Actually, level 2, you're getting the cream that's going to be going in the coffee because they don't think you're qualified enough yet to actually get the coffee.
Exactly.
You're still getting the sugar and cream.
I'm only working here for the summer, and then I go back to school.
Yeah,
exactly. A little summer job at the Illuminati office.
That would be a hilarious like skit, like it could be like a running skit, like, you know, like an intern at the Illuminati.
No, there should be like the version of The Office, and it takes place in like the Illuminati building.
They all have black cloaks and everything.
It's like
you're talking to the camera.
They could pan away and
have
the guy talking to
sacrificed a kid the other day. You know, they're like talking about their everyday life in the camera.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Yeah, just like The Office does, and they could sit there and talk to the camera and say, "Yeah, it's really difficult working in an office, not knowing what anybody looks like and not knowing their name, not knowing anything about them, and working in human resources."
HR for the Illuminati.
Human resources for the Illuminati. But that would be a really, really funny skit.
Right.
Oh, I'd watch the hell out of that.
Mm-hmm. See, that's what I'd like to do. Like, if I could get to a point where there was like there was a bunch of people who were involved, or I don't know about a bunch, but like several people, and had good equipment and actually space to like have like a little studio where you could put together like little skits like that, that would be so cool.
Oh, y'all ever heard of a
Oh,
YouTube
yeah.
guy named Magog of Morscar?
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
No.
Yeah, he's actually putting together sets and shit for like a medieval like series with his character.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, is he done doing that yet?
He's in the process of moving to his land. He's packing up his apartment.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because he's been doing that for quite some time now.
But yeah, he's in fact. I'm actually when I get around to it, I'm gonna make some puppets for his show.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like Magog, but the thing is like early on I was looking at that, I was going, oh man, what a fucking pain in the ass. You have to put on all that makeup, you have to put on that character, and then you have to put on that character voice, then you have to limit yourself to that. And I was just like looking at it going, oh man, that would drive me nuts.
Funny
him and
Imagine if you had dressed up as a little devil character.
they what? Would you
Imagine
say?
if you had dressed up as your little devil character.
Yeah, exactly. It would be such a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
Have to put on makeup and do all that stuff.
What's funny is like you watch his live streams where he's just him talking, the guy, and he sounds more like Poe, and I'm like, wow, that's like he put the Magog voice as a complete manufactured thing, and I'm like, wow, it's weird hearing that voice coming from him.
Yeah, and then you have to also maintain that voice too. And I was just looking at him, and I mean, he was funny. I like him, but it's just, oh man, that'll work.
Too much trouble, but if it's your passion,
Yeah. I mean, he really grew because he started out as a small channel, and then he got pushed by I think it was some black guy. I think.
No, I think it was what's his name? The guy uses the Slender Man as his icon. I'm trying to remember his name. He sounds like George Carlin.
Oh, you're talking about Undoomed?
Undoomed, yeah.
Yeah, but this was even before Undoomed. I'm talking about when Magog was really a small channel, and he got pushed by a couple of people, and then everybody started subbing to him, and his channel just blew up.
Oh, okay.
It was a pretty small channel with like, not that much exposure.
Ah, okay. Because I know, and like he did some cross episodes with like what's his name, Suit, I think.
Oh, Suit Yourself.
Suit Yourself, yeah, that guy, and a whole bunch of other people.
But he and Undoomed do a lot of hangouts.
Oh yeah, they do.
Yeah, but they're like really long hangouts. They're like marathons.
Yeah. But their thing is they're entertaining throughout the whole thing.
I'm sorry to interrupt everybody, but it looks like I have to sign off a little bit early tonight. I gotta take my fiance back to her place. So I will talk to you guys some other time. And thanks for having me again.
All right, take care, man.
I'll try.
Mm-mm. So yeah, because he had the quest. Was it the quest?
Side quest.
Oh, it was Acer who was leaving. Oops. Oh well.
Oh no, I'm staying.
Okay. My bad.
Yeah, you can't get rid of me that easy.
But yeah, because he started it with the Beard Barian and Vamp Candy, and then I think Vamp Candy left,
and now they got like some other chick.
Some other chick, just some random chick.
I don't remember. Thing is, as much as I love Magog's normal show, Side Quest bores the shit out of me.
I saw the first episode of that, and I would have rather had my teeth pulled than watch that show. It was like painful. It was like 5 minutes in. I'm like, oh god, I gotta leave.
It has its moments, but I'm sorry, but
oh no, it did not have its moments. It sucked. I mean, black holes would stand a chance of escaping its own internal whatever pull in that show. It just sucked.
Well, it's a pity because he puts a lot of work into it, though.
Yeah, I'm sure it's probably a lot better now.
Yeah. It's
I
just-
mean,
I never got into it personally. I mean, I love his normal show though.
hmm yeah, yeah. I mean, he has some good stuff. I mean, he is good. I really like him.
Yeah.
But it's funny. There's a lot of there's some channels that like they really blow up, and then there's other channels just sit there and like they don't really go anywhere. They just kind of like they slowly grow and grow and grow.
And me, I have not found a niche yet. I'm just like making stuff and see if it sticks.
Mm. So what are you doing so far? What have you tried? Or I mean, what do you want to do with your channel?
I honestly don't know, but like I've been like making like random story time videos, that sort of thing, and some people like them. Or like what really people love is when I talk about weird ass public access shows, but there's only so many shows I can cover,
Mm-hmm.
especially ones that still have you can find copies of.
So what is it about these cable access shows that interest people?
Oh no, they're just weird as fuck. It's like think of YouTube before YouTube existed.
Mm-hmm.
That's like there's just some crazy shit out there. Like there's like a show called The Church of Shooting Yourself, for crying out loud.
What?
Well, you could kind of take that concept and then build from it and not limit yourself just to cable access shows.
Well,
You could
that's
do
true.
other things,
But yeah, like I said, I'm kind of in an idea slump, and plus I have a job and everything, so I've been like busy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And ever since I moved to North Carolina, it's been I was unemployed for almost over a good year before I got this job, and I'm like, ugh.
That sucks. And then
Oh.
you have to get back into the swing of work after 1 year. It's like,
Well,
wait a second, you want me to be here again tomorrow at the same time?
Well, no, it's
Really?
not that. Because like the thing is, finding a job was my job, and I was having panic attacks because the job market here sucks.
Is it better now?
Oh yeah, I got a job now, and it's a nice one. So,
Oh, that's good.
but yeah, it was a pain in the ass for a while, and I was like, I just haven't had time to think of what I wanted to do with YouTube,
Mm-hmm.
And I get home from work, and I'm thinking of working on a video. I'm like, do I want to do that, or do I go to bed?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But yeah, I'm just now getting into a routine, and I might start working on stuff. But yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I do the same thing because I work and then I come home and then I'm like, oh, I should do this. I should work on that video. I should start this one. And so I'll create like the project and I'll begin to kind of flesh it out a little bit before I even start doing anything else. And so I have all these folders with like the beginnings of these videos that every so often I go back into that folder and revisit them and flesh them out more.
Oh god, I got that going on. I have an external hard drive just full of folders of video ideas that I start working on, and all of a sudden there's a block.
Mhm.
I'll be like, I'll get to that one later. Let me do this, and then I get a block on that one, and like, ugh.
Mhm.
But yeah.
Yeah. What about you, Trash? Do you have a YouTube channel? Or you make videos?
No.
Hmm.
I'm a little too shy for that, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't know what to do with it, really.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny. There's a lot of people on YouTube that just like to watch videos, but they have to create an account in order to comment, which is kind of frustrating.
Oh, you want to know something crazy? Oh, there's these channels that do nothing but read off stories from Reddit, and they get like tons of freaking subs.
Wow.
It's insane.
Well, I guess if you're really into Reddit.
Yeah, but no, they read stories from like our entitled parents and our petty revenge and stuff like that.
Our nice girls are nice guys.
Yes. Or our neckbeard things. Yeah,
I'm 14 and this is deep.
What?
I'm 14 and this is deep.
I've never heard of that one.
Sounds like
It's
something
basically
emo.
teenagers being edgy on the internet. Nothing new, really.
Life is so meaningless. Dark. Despair.
Oh god. Oh boy.
Can't wait until the warmer weather. Oh yeah, I know. Exactly. I'm so looking forward to spring coming. It's taking its time to get here too.
Oh, same here. It's like, yeah, the thing about North Carolina too is the humidity makes things colder.
Mm.
It might be like 50 degrees outside, but it feels like 30.
Mm. So what exactly
Oh, no.
is Reddit? Because I mean, I've heard about that, and I think I've seen Reddit because I had to go to a Reddit link to for a video I did. But do people? It seems like it's like a comment section that you just people keep commenting on, or like it's like threads of things, and people comment on those threads.
Basically, it's like a forum. Basically, I don't understand the huge big thing about it. It's like a big giant forum.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that just
Forums
seems
with
so
different
crazy.
topics.
What
You
was
find
that?
pretty much any topic on there.
Hmm. And then
Yeah.
okay, yeah. So it's kind of like they would have one branch of something, and then it would branch off to other topics, and then subtopics, and et cetera, et cetera.
Like a flowchart, yeah.
Wow. Okay.
And there's sites that use it for there's actually YouTube channels that use it for to get user submitted stories, that sort of thing.
Hmm.
Like there's this place called Planet Dolan, and they've used my stories a million times, and every time one of my stories show up in the comments, oh, this moat guy again, oh my god. But no, basically they like they'll post like a thing up on Reddit, and they'll ask you what's the craziest time this or this has happened, and usually since a lot of crazy shit has happened to me in my life, I'd have a story for them.
Hmm.
And that's how I set that they're the reason I set up my Reddit account so I could share with them, and they've been using my stories ever since. And I'm like, Jesus.
Wow. Do you get any compensation for it? Or?
Nah, they just give me credit in the comments.
Give you credit. Okay, well, that's good.
Yeah. But and I get shit from the commenters. That's about it.
No.
Oh my god, this guy either has an interesting life or he's making this shit up.
I always find it so funny when you get one of these comments that they're just guy complaining and just ragging on you and doing all this stuff. It's like, why the fuck are you watching my video? If I annoy you this much, go away. I mean, what's the point of? I don't understand. Like, if I went to somebody's video and I just like absolutely just hated it, spending the next like 10 minutes typing out comments about how much I hated the video. It's like, what is the fucking point?
People just like to be negative, I guess.
Else, really. No life.
I mean, they must be so bored. I mean, I admit sometimes I'll get into it. Like sometimes I'll get these comments on my video, and I'll just sit there and I'll play with them, and I'll start commenting, and they'll comment back, and they'll comment again, and then I slowly begin to insult them, and they're not too sure if I'm insulting them or not. And then I just kind of like ended by flat out, just like, I think you are just, I think I have accidentally stumbled upon someone who has the mental capacity of a child, and I'm sorry that I've been abusive to you because you obviously don't know anything, and I've been using words that are probably way too out of your vocabulary. like the next just like 3 sentences just insulting them.
Oh my god.
And then that's it. And then they'll reply, and they'll reply, and they'll reply. And I don't reply back. And so they're just like sitting there just going, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. And I'm just like sitting there, I'm not even reading their comments anymore.
No, I did one video on gang stalking once, and I got that elicited some really batshit comments. Like one says, Holy Spirit, incinerate locust and fallen operator. We pray against any attacks done by or through this account or associated accounts.
Was it all caps?
No.
Oh, okay.
No fun.
Because I've had comments like that where it's like, you know how you'll see a comment and then you click read more?
Oh no.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I saw this comment and it was all caps and it was all like, Jesus, fire, angel, Mother Mary, and it's just like all this stuff. It's all caps and it's just like text. And then I hit read more, right? And the screen just kind of freezes for like maybe half a second. You see that little spinning wheel. And then the text, like finally you can see it. And it's like a page long. You have to like scroll down. You're like, what the fuck? It's like a wall.
Screaming at you.
Huh?
They're screaming at you.
Yeah, but it's just like there must be like a million words. And it's all just like
Who has
easy
the time?
nonsense.
Oh.
I don't even bother reading it. I just like look at it. I'm just like, okay, wow. I don't know what to say. And just like, just ignore that comment.
Wow.
Yeah. Because I figured out how you get rid of people on your comment section. So you just insult them. And then when they want to communicate back with you, you just stop talking to them. And then they're pissed off as hell.
Jesus.
So what did you guys think of my video? I have to know, because this was kind of like a different style than I usually do.
Oh, it was hilarious.
Hmm.
What was that?
I was doing homework when it came out.
What was that from with the guy in the control room going, bullshit, bullshit, bullshit?
So what I did was I went onto YouTube and I just did a clip. I did a search. I punched in movie quotes plus bullshit, and I did it a couple of different ways. And so I just wanted to like see all these little clips from movies where people said bullshit. And that was one of the clips, and it was from, you know what? I'll find out for you.
Oh, okay. Also, I love the clip from Airplane at the beginning.
Yeah, I love that movie.
Airplane
is Stanley Nielsen is hilarious.
Leslie Nielsen.
Well, thank you, Leslie Nielsen.
Yes.
Let me see, or Leslie Nielsen.
Wait, did I say Wesley?
Did you? I
don't
thought
know.
I said something and I didn't corrected myself. I didn't know what you said. I wasn't listening. I don't listen to you. I just talk. Let me see. Videos. I have a bad habit of downloading all the videos that I use. It's going to take a little while. Yep. Somebody's doing a Google search.
Oh, sorry.
That's all right. Because it was from a movie, like a low budget comedy flick, science fiction, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'll have to look into it sometime.
Yeah, I mean, I never heard of the movie before, so
they had me losing my shit when I saw that scene.
Yeah, I love that. It was just like, oh, this is perfect. I have to put this in there. And I had to put it at the most like ridiculous bullshit that she was talking about. And just that's where I was going to put it. And so the part where she says that she's like, like she sees those guys in the black robes and they sacrifice the kids and start drinking their blood. I was like, okay, yeah. That's where I'm putting that.
Where does Tom find these people?
Carrie asked me earlier. I actually seek them out, which is sad. Well, this one I actually came about because Thomas Dunn interviewed her. But I actually did see her video a long time ago, and she was talking about her, her quote unquote testimony. And I mean, I watched it and I was like, she's just so full of shit. And I didn't even bother doing a video on her. And then I saw her on Thomas Dunn's show, and I'm like, all right, I'll do it. and then I just got the idea because I goes, oh, this is bullshit. And I just got the idea. I said, you know what? Because I don't want to put a lot of work into the video. so I said, okay, I'll go around. I'll get clips of people doing bullshit, saying it's bullshit, and put that in there, and then just kind of built it from there.
Oh, I about lost my shit when you were finishing Tom's sentence with bullshit.
Arnold Schwarzenegger, bullshit.
Oh my god, that was brilliant.
Well, thanks. Well, good. I'm glad you like that style. So maybe I'll do that again.
Just don't get copyright striked.
Well, no, I just can't monetize it.
Oh,
okay.
Or
what'll happen is they will run ads on it, but it will go towards. It'll probably go towards the Blondie song.
Oh,
because that particular song was by a band called Blondie, but it was a remix. It was like an extended remix that somebody put together. So I'm assuming if it's not monetized, but if they do a copyright on it, they'll monetize it, and the money will go to them. Whoever that band is, because that's why I use a lot of Incubus Succubus songs in my videos, is because I know that I'm going to get a copyright strike on it, but the funds are going to go to that band. And I love the band, so
have it go to a band you like, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, well, I like that band, so I want them to have the money.
By the way, fucking Freddie in the chat's asking when did Dunn interview her? That was just a few days ago, actually.
When did Dunn interview her? You could go to his channel. It was fairly recently. I think it was within the past week or so. Freddie.
Yeah, because I actually saw that a few days ago by itself, and I was like, oh my god, this guy's losing it.
Yeah, because if you go into, oh man, I cannot fucking find this thing. I'm gonna have to go into the actual project itself. It's from The Return of Captain Invincible.
Okay.
The Return of Captain Invincible. And it looks like a low budget comedy show or comedy movie.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm. Fucking Freddie's like, I don't want to give him the view. Well, Freddie, I highlighted the best parts in my video, so the rest of it is just filler. I don't know if you guys caught this, but Dieter's German. I don't know.
Is that the guy from Saturday Night Live?
Huh?
Is that the guy from Saturday Night Live that says, touch my monkey? No.
Freddie says, he's like running. Yeah, exactly. He is running scams. Yeah, he is running scams, but well, you can even, if you want, you can go to her channel and you can see her videos. And I think they're both at about the same amount of subscribers, which is really unusual. Because I looked at Through the Black's subscriber account, which is around 9,000, and then I looked at her subscriber count, and it was like 9.2 thousand, or yeah, 9,200. So they're around the same. So it must be the same people.
Oh, by the way, you saying why I haven't seen Jared lately? They can't do streams. They got copy striked.
Oh, well, yeah, but I haven't seen Jared around for a while.
I think he's at some flat Earth convention right now. And I'm not just making that up either.
Oh no, I believe you. I absolutely believe you. I just think it's really funny that they have flat Earth conventions all around the world.
Yeah. And now, like Tom is like an anti-vaxxer too. I'm like, really? How's he gonna make money with that?
Yeah, I mean, it seems like once you begin to start believing something, it seems like it's just easier for you to fall for something else, and then for something else, and then for something else. And so, yeah, it's absolutely, it's crazy. Matter of fact, there was somebody I was watching, and they were talking about how they believe they're now a flat earther. They believe now that the earth is flat, and like they didn't believe it before. And I'm just like, how? That's not the way it goes. You're not supposed to de-evolve. You're supposed to evolve.
Oh, by the way, remember when y'all did Heathen Haven and I suggested that video on the organic portals?
Mm-hmm.
That guy, I found out he's local to where I live. So, yeah, I saw a video of his where he was walking around a mall, and I'm like, holy fuck, that's the mall down the road.
That's scary when you realize a nut lives in your backyard.
Yeah, if I see some guy walking around mumbling to himself into his phone, I'm going to stay far the hell away because I don't want him to run out of bubblegum.
Is that the guy that wears the poncho and punches to push the demons out of his body?
No, the organic portal guy, he goes around mumbling into his phone, talking about, oh, check this guy out. He's an organic portal, doesn't got no soul. And yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah, he believes that human beings are
Yes.
organic portals. Oh, that guy was, oh, yeah, that was really disturbing.
Yeah, and this guy is in fucking North Carolina, and he was at a mall that's not too far from where I am. So if I see some guy mumbling into his phone, I'm going to get the hell away from him because I'm afraid he might start opening up on everybody since they're all organic portals anyways.
Well, that's exactly that's what scares me about it. It's like if you can somehow disconnect on that kind of a social level, or that, I don't know what's the best word to describe it, but that kind of empathy that we have for each other, and you can separate that and just believe that another human being is no longer human. I mean, that's just opening up the door to just all kinds of insanity,
Right.
because you no longer see human beings as like actual human beings. You see them as something else. So yeah, I mean, that's really disturbing.
It's like him and that Australian guy, I tell you. But yeah.
It's crazy. Yeah. Well, I'm not going to go for too long, so I apologize because I got work tomorrow. But I did want to. I was kind of like wrapping up that video at the last minute to tweak it a little bit, but I actually wanted to release it on Saturday or Sunday, but it didn't work out, and so I figured I'd do it tonight. But so I had that kind of a late premiere, and I was going to have a hangout afterwards. But so I'm going to be ending this because I got to get to bed and get to work tomorrow.
Okay.
But thanks all for joining. Moat, always fun, and
Fair.
Trash. So I'll probably, I don't know when I'm going to have the next video out, but maybe Friday. We'll see. And I'll probably do the same thing when I do a video. I'll probably have a hangout again. So, but maybe it won't be as late. It'll be earlier, like a couple hours earlier.
Okay, that sounds like fun.
Yeah. All righty, everybody in the chat, thank you all so much for hanging out. And all right, have a good one. And thank you all so much.
Peace.
Peace. Night.